Hello, good morning, students. Yeah, good morning, Niharika. So, how was your test, beta? Please raise your hand who have attempted the test. Please raise your hand who have attempted the test. Just raise your hand. Yes. Yes, yes. Tharun, Niharika. Who else? Tanushri. Okay, fine. Anyone else? Only 3 students have attempted the test. What about Nayan? Aviram? Aviram, didn't you give the test? Vasant? Okay, Vasant has given. Okay, Aviram. Okay. So I can see only 5 students. Irfan, Vishal, Akram, Vijayalakshmi. Where is Akshara? Okay, good morning, good morning. Tarun, good morning, Aviram. Fine. So we will start with our test. Okay, I'll try to give you some hint, and then you can solve them by yourself. So this is your paper, right? This is your test paper. Sharing the NEET paper, right? And okay, already it's a NEET. Okay, so this is your paper, right? This is your paper. Okay, fine. Coming to the paper. Okay, so this is your first question, right? So I'm not going to provide the solutions. Okay, so you need to write it down. You just need to write it down, the all the solutions, or the all the hints which I am giving right now. So I'm not going to provide this handout. So M+3, iron loses 3 electron, right? So it means loses. If it says loses, it means it will be on product side. right? It loses 3 electrons. So it will become m plus x. Let's say it becomes m plus x, right? So the charge on both sides should be same. Here the charge is 3. Here the charge is x plus. This is minus of 3 electron because 3 it is negative charge. So x will become 6, right? So if this loses electron, then its positive will increase. Positive charge will increase. On losing one more, it will become 4. On 2, 5. On 3, it will be 6. So right answer will be plus 6. So how many of you have done it rightly? How many of you solved it? Yes, Abhiram, you have solved it. Tharun, you have also. Niharika, yes, fine. Fine. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so moving to the next question. It says the spectator ion. So I have already told you spectator ion is an species which is not taking part in redox reaction, right? Whose oxidation number is neither increasing nor decreasing. So it is a species which is not undergoing change in oxidation number. So you see Zn is moving to Zn plus 2, H plus is going to, so there is some typing mistake. It is H2, right? So plus 2, 0. But if you see chlorine, here is also Cl minus, here is also Cl minus. So this is your right answer, right? So its oxidation number is not changing. The oxidation number of sulfur in H2H2O7, also known as oleum, it is known as oleum, and iron is H2H2O7. If you see, hydrogen connected with non-metal will have +1. There are 2 hydrogen. Let's say sulfur is having X. There are 2 sulfur. Oxygen having -2, and total charge on given compound is 0. So X will become +6. So these two answer becomes incorrect, right? Because sulfur will have oxidation number +6. So only these two options we need to check whether it is +2 in the next case or +4. So if you see K4 FeCN6, it is an example of complex compound. In this case, if you see there are 4 potassium, so they will break into K4 plus and bring this thing FeCN6 -4, right? This you need to remember that here it is 4K plus. Okay, crisscross method. So here it should be -4. 4 coming to there. Now solve this. Fe having X, cyanide ion. There are 6 cyanide ion on charge is -1 and total charge is -4. So if you solve, then X will become +2. X is +2. So your answer is, tell me if you want me to repeat it quickly. Okay, what about others? Akshay, are you there? Yes, Akshay. Did you appear for the test, beta? Tanusri, did you get it? Akshay, Tanusri, please respond. Okay, fine. Okay, great. So Just write it down, then we will move to the next question. See, this type of compounds are known as coordination compound. In this case, the species present in this big bracket, they will not break down. They will remain as a single species, right? So the potassium, we know more about potassium. It is having only +1. We have written it like this and then solved it. Okay. In this case, okay. So this is H2SO4 XHI, and this equation is given. So see, one method is that you solve it. One thing is you solve it. Other is just look at the exam. Look at the options. Just look at the options. So they have actually wrongly put this should be here and this should be here, right? So somehow this. Do not worry about this thing. I just want you to tell that if you see the iodine, whatever is X here, you can find that relation here. You can see if it is 4, then this should be 2. If it is 10, then this should be 5, right? Because there are two I2 and there is only one I. So at least you should know that X and Y. X will be always twice of Y. This you can always check here. And you do not need to write in the exam. You just see an example in which X is twice the Y. Means X should be greater than Y. So you see, this cannot be possible because here X is less than Y, as well as it is not just double. This is also wrong. Correct answer is this. There is only one option. You do not even have to balance it, beta. You do not even have to balance it. Just check. If you use your little bit of common sense, then this question could have been solved. That there are only, this is the, you just balance I minus an iodine. In this case, if these are 10, then this should be 5, right? This should be a greater number. X should be a greater number. So in this option, it is not the option. And this also, in this case, it is given greater, but not just double. It should be just double, right? Which is not given. So this is the right statement. This is your correct statement, right? Did you get it? Did you get it? Or other, you can also balance it simply. You see, sulfur is going from +6 to -2. Iodine is going from -1 to 0. So here change in oxidation number is, in above case, valency factor is 8. And here valency factor is nothing but 1. So cross multiply. If you cross multiply this by 8 and this multiply by 1, so you can see X is 8. X is 8, and there is only one option which has given X as equal to 8. And if X is 8, then this Y should be 4. Balance the atoms, right? So this was the easiest question, one of the easiest. Is it okay, beta? Shall I move to next? Quickly respond. Okay. The next question, in the problem, you must have given with this thing as HCO3 minus. So in this case, you can see this thing is coming from H3PO4. This is coming from H2CO3. And this is coming from H2S, right? This is tribasic. This is dibasic. This is also dibasic. So this can further either give hydrogen or it, right? All of these species are present in negative. If something is present in negative, it can always take H plus. And if anything is taking H plus, then it is behaving as base. If something is taking H plus, so this can also take H plus and get converted into this thing. This can also take H plus and get converted into this thing. This can also take H plus and get converted into H plus. Or they can further donate H plus and get converted into carbonate ion. So they can also behave as acid. All of them. This can also. So the answer is all of these. Okay, all of them can either donate the H plus or can also accept the H plus, right? So the answer is all of these. Fine. This is a good question for you guys. MnO4 minus 2 in neutral aqueous medium is disproportionate. So if you have given MnO4 minus 2, right? So in neutral case, in neutral, something is written wrong in this question. Something is wrong. This should be -1. Okay, we will check this. This something is wrong in this question, right? Do not worry. Okay. Okay, just leave this question for now. There is some typing mistake, I think. Should be MnO4 -1. Okay, the number of moles of MnO4 reduced by 1 mole of iodine. This is very simple. This is very simple. KMnO4 in alkaline medium. Iodine, you see, will convert in alkaline medium. KMnO4 get converted into MnO4 minus 2, and this converted into I2. So its valency factor will become 1, and its valency factor will also be 1. So nothing but equivalent of KMnO4 must be equal to equivalent of Ki. It is given 1 and its valency factor is 1. Equivalents are nothing but mole into valency factor. Equivalents are moles into valency factor. So this will also become KMnO4, moles of KMnO4 into its valence factor is 1. So the answer will remain as 1. So how many of you have solved this? Just raise your hand. Yes, Aviram, you were fine. Okay, Tharun. Okay, just write it down. Just write it down. Are Okay. Written this beta? Have you written this? Yes. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. So moving to the next question, in SD medium equivalent weight of K2Cr2O7. It's a direct question. Cr2O7. Generally, if you see K2Cr2O7 is used only in SD medium. So it converts into Cr plus 3, right? So if its molar mass is M, then equivalent weight is nothing but molar mass divided by valence factor. So it is getting converted from +6 to +3. So its valency factor is nothing but 2, 6 minus 3. There are 2 atoms of chromium, right? So this is nothing but M by 6. Answer is M by 6. Fine. Shall I move to the next question? Okay. So this is also a very nice question. You can write this is in your notes, which because I have not done any questions, but I have told you the formula. Volume strength is nothing but 5.6 into normality and 11.2 into molarity. This I have told you. So they have directly asked. So you can write 1.5 into 5.6. The answer will become 8.4. So direct question, beta. So you can write this formula, volume strength, and you can use this. So see, in this case, you just notice one thing: 1.5. You are multiplying 1.5. So it cannot be less than 5.6. So this answer cannot be right. This can also not. So there can be only two options: 8.4 and 8. So you just little bit do little bit of calculation, then you will come to the conclusion that the answer is this thing. So do not take this. The answer should be greater than 5.6, right? Shall I move to the next? If you are having any doubt, you can raise your hand. If you are having any doubt, raise your hand. I will explain it again. So moving to the next beta, the number of moles of MnO4 minus required to oxidize this is good one, right? So this is MnO4 minus, and they want you to oxidize FeC2O4. But this, I think, one question related to this we have done in the class. So MnO4 minus is very nice oxidizing agent. So it will oxidize Fe into Fe plus 3 beta, and C2O4 minus, in which carbon is in +3, so it will oxidize it into +4. That's it. If you are not even worried, if you are not having knowledge regarding the compound having +4, then that is also fine. You just able to write it that it is +3 and this will become +4, because carbon can have maximum of its this number is +4. In SD medium, so MnO4 minus get converted into Mn plus 2. So its valency factor is nothing but 5. Its valency factor is 5. Now calculating its valency factor, it will be 3 minus 2, then 2 into 4 minus 3. So it will be 3. Now they have asked, so law of equivalence, use law of equivalence, which says equivalent of KMnO4 should be equal to equivalent of FeC2O4, right? If you write it, then it will become equivalent of KMnO4. moles into valency factor. Equivalents can be calculated by using moles into valency factor. Equivalents are what? Moles into valency factor. So equivalents are mole into valency factor. They have asked the moles of KMnO4. Valency factor is 5. Now equivalent of FeC2O4. Its moles is how much? 1. Its valency factor is 3. So KMnO4 will become 3/5. Quickly tell me if you are having any doubt. Quickly tell me. Please respond and also write the solution. I am not going to provide this sheet. You just write the solution. Did you get it, beta? You can also raise your hand, beta. If you can also raise your hand if you have any doubt. Have you written it, beta? Have you written it? Please quickly respond. Am I audible or not? Am I audible? Yes, no doubt, sir. Okay, fine. And the next question is the simple same question which we have done in the previous one. It is similar to the previous one. Okay. So it says you need to find out the something is given, something is given about this thing, and they want to know about KMnO4. You want to react KMnO4 with FeC2O4. So exactly you want reaction to be exactly oxidized. So the equivalent of both things should be equal. Equivalent of KMnO4 must be equal to equivalent of FeC2O4, right? In the SD medium, they have given you this thing. Okay, fine. Same question, but in this case, the above question was with related to moles. Okay, am I audible? Just please quickly respond. Am I audible or not? Am I audible? Quickly. Niharika, Aviram, Tanusri. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is nothing but molarity into volume into n factor or valency factor of KMnO4 must be equal to molarity into volume into n factor of FeC2O4. right? Molarity is given for KMnO4. We need to find out. We need to calculate for this. This is given. How much? M is 0.1. Volume is 25. Its valency vector is how much? 3. We have already calculated its valency vector is 3. In the previous question, we have calculated valence vector as 3. So if you are able to, yes, okay, thanks for your response. If you are able to solve the previous question, then the question is very easy, beta. Okay, the valence vector is 3 here. Now you just see it is 25 into 3, 7.5. The multiplication should be equal to 7.5. KMnO4 it is 5. Now molarity into volume, you solve it, the molarity into volume should be equal to 1.5. Divide 7.5 by 5. So it will be 1.5. So this multiplication should be equal to 1.5. In this case, it is 2.5. In this case, it is the multiplication is 5. In this case, it is 15, but we are required 1.5. So correct answer is D. Write it down, beta. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. This is hit and trial method. In such questions, you require hit and trial method, right? But with the experience, you will come to know. First option cannot be, because both are not having same valency factor. If their valency factor would have been same, right? You can also solve by this. If their valency factor would have been same, then this is the answer. But its valency factor is more. So its m into v should be less than its. So its m into v is 2.5. So the m into v of KMnO4 should be less than 2.5. There is only one option, right? So I'm telling you some short trick. Valency factor of KMnO4 is 5, it's 3, right? So m into v should be less than of KMnO4 should be less than m into v of FeC2O4. Its multiplication should be less than m into v. It is 25 into 1. So this cannot be your answer. This is 25 into 2, 5. This cannot also be answer. This cannot, only one answer. Okay. This is common sense. You need to apply it. Its valence vector high, so its molarity into volume should be required less. If both valence vector would have been same, then molarity into volume should have been same in that case. Okay, so moving to the next question. It says here KMnO4 becomes 1/3 of its molecular weight, the oxidation state of Mn. So it is saying that its equivalent weight becomes m by 3. It means its valency vector is 3. Valency vector is nothing but change in oxidation number. It is 3. So you can write KMnO4 converting into Mn plus X. It is 7. And it, from this equation you can use delta oxidation number is nothing but 7 minus X, and this should be equal to 3. So X should be 4. Correct answer is 4. Tell me if you are having any doubt. Tell me if you are having any doubt. Note it down. Okay, moving to the next question. Okay, this is very simple question. What is the mass percentage of oxygen in ethanol? Ethanol is C2H5OH. Its weight is nothing but 24. Oh, oh. The option, the answer might have been given wrong in this case. This is 24 plus 5 plus 16 plus 1. That is 46. So mass of ethanol is 46, right? So percentage of oxygen will become, mass of oxygen is, in this case mass of oxygen is, weight of oxygen or mass of oxygen is 16, only one oxygen, divided by 46 into 100. It should be less than 50%. So this is wrong actually. This is wrong. Okay. This should be the right answer. Okay, just this is the right answer. This is the right answer, beta. Percentage oxygen is nothing but 16 by 46 into 100. Is that okay, beta? You can approximate it. Do not solve, because the options are given very far. They are not very close. You can consider it at 48. So 16 3s are 48. Approximate 3 into 100, 33.33. So approximate the answer which is closer to 33 will be your correct answer. Right? So this is, you have to solve. You do not need to solve this like this, or you can also 46 or ulta. I have write it 46 and here 16. This might take time. So you approximate it little bit. Okay. So moving to the next, the mode of concentration does not change with temperature. Okay. If you see, this molarity is nothing but moles by volume. Normality is also equivalent by volume. Molarity is moles by weight. So you see, volume changes with temperature. We all know volume changes with temperature, but temperature has no effect on moles. So the properties which are dependent upon volume, they will be affected by change in temperature. So the properties which are dependent upon volume will get affected by change in temperature. So your correct answer is molality. So if you see things, generally if you see things like this, if you buy something and you see things in those things, however in not in this, but if you buy something, some medicine or something, they give things in terms of molality. If you go into the chemistry lab and you find something, some chemical or some bottle, you will find that concentration are mentioned in terms of molality, because otherwise in other cases if it is given in molarity, then answer will change in summers and the answer will be different in winters, right? As volume may get expanded or may get shrinked, it can get contracted. So considering that the properties which are dependent upon volume, their value can change with respect to temperature. This is important, that's it, right? Their value might change with respect to temperature. That is why molality does not change with temperature. So this is one of the good questions which you can remember. Moving to the next, in this value Z, it's a very trivial question. It says in the acidic medium there is, you see MnO4 minus in acidic medium. In acidic medium its valency factor is 5. We have already mugged it up. So its valency factor is nothing. Valency factor is change in oxidation number should be 5. Change in oxidation number is how much? 7. 7 minus x should be 5. So x should be plus 2. So this is your right answer. Write it down. If you are having any doubt, you can raise your hand. I will explain it again. Fine. Fine, to moving to the next. It is saying that KMNO4 is in neutral medium, it is getting converted into MnO2. Okay. So equivalent weight. So equivalent weight is what? It is molar mass divided by valency factor. So valency factor in this reaction, that is change in oxidation number, is how much? It is here plus 7. It is here plus 4. So it is nothing but 7 minus 4, that is 3. So molecular weight by 3. Correct answer. Write it down. Okay, moving to the next. From next test onward, I want doubts from your side, because it is not possible to discuss all the questions. It takes time. It takes a good amount of time. If you are having doubt in every question, then that's okay. Then I will solve it. Okay. But if you are having particular doubts in some few questions, then you should let me know that these are the question 11, 12, 13, 14. Then I will solve those only. In the next case, it is said the equivalent weight of reductant. This is reductant in the above equation is, and this is also 127. This is 127 beta, right? So in this case, they are asking you the equivalent weight of reductant. So this is behaving as oxidizing agent. So this is oxidant, and this is behaving as reducing agent. So it is reductant. So equivalent weight is nothing but molar mass by valency factor. For iodine, it is going from I2. So change in oxidation number will be its valency factor, and that is nothing but 1. So its molar mass divided by 1 will be its equivalent weight. Its molar mass is 127. So answer is 127. Is that okay? Quickly respond that you have understood it or not. Quickly. Tarun, Aviram, please quickly respond. Okay, understood. Fine, great, great. Bagundi. Okay, so moving to the next one. This is a question from your class notes, right? It says the metallic oxides contain 60% of metal. So by the definition, if you want to calculate the equivalent weight, so the weight of element per 8 gram of oxygen. So in this case, it is given that metal is 60%. So oxygen must be 40, right? So it is given that 40 gram of oxygen contains 60 gram of metal. Oxygen. But we need to calculate for 8 gram. So using the unitary method for per 8 gram of oxygen, amount of metal will be 60 divided by 40 into 8. So if you solve it, it will be 12. So answer will be 12. This is a question from your notes. Write it down. By the definition, the amount of element present per 8 gram of oxygen in its oxide. Again, I am repeating, weight of element present per 8 gram of oxygen in its oxide is known as its equivalent weight, right? So write it down. So moving to the next one. This is something good. This is good question for you guys. They are saying 0.4 NaOH required to react with एक second. Okay, so this is something good question, beta. It is saying calculate volume of NaOH. So this is an example of, you need to use law of equivalence. Law of equivalence, and this is a case. This is a case for acid base reaction. If you see only one acid is, one base is given, so equivalent of NaOH must be equal to equivalent of acid 1 plus equivalent of acid 2. Up there would have been more than one acid, so you can use like this, right? So then if you are able to write this, then problem is half done. Okay, so equivalent of NaOH. NaOH, valency vector of NaOH is what? 1, right? Equivalent can be calculated by using molarity into valency factor. Okay, so if I solve it, so its molarity is 0.4 into volume is required and valence factor is 1 for NaOH. Should be equal to, for this thing, its mole is given. Its mole is given directly. Mole is given. So mole into valency factor. So it's 1 mole. Its valence factor, there is only 1 H plus. So its valence factor will be 1. Here there are 2 moles. And its valence factor will be 2. Very good. Now you solve. Volume becomes 1 into 1, that is 5 divided by 0.4. You can easily solve it. This is your answer. Okay, guys, did you get it? If there would have been more than one base, then you need to use it here. Base and acids like this. Write it down. Write it down. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, so moving to the next. This is very simple question. They have given you need to find out the weight. They have given you molarity. So molarity is what? No, sorry, normality is what? Equivalent upon volume. This is normality. So equivalent will be equal to normality into volume. Now equivalent is what? We have already calculated equivalent is weight upon equivalent weight. So W will become equivalent into equivalent. This is your formula. So W will become normality into volume into E. This is equivalent multiplied by equivalent weight. Equivalent weight for any acid is equal to molar mass divided by valency factor, and valency factor for any acid is equal to number of replaceable H plus. So it will become N into V molar mass divided by its valency factor. So its valency factor will be number of H plus, that is 2. Now you can easily solve it. You multiply by 0.2 into 50. 50 is ml, so you need to keep it in 10 raised to minus 3. If you calculate, smaller mass is 126 by 2. So the correct answer is yes. This is your correct answer. The question is given like that. You do not have to calculate much. Fine, beta. You guys might be taking to calculate the molar mass of this thing. Its molar mass will be 2 plus 24 plus 64 plus 2 into 18. This is its molar mass, that is 126. Okay, so write everything. Okay. Okay, so moving to the next one, moving to the next question. Which of the following is a redox reaction? Right? Redox reaction means in which oxidation number is changing, is increasing. The oxidation number of elements should change. Right? Oxidation number should change. That is the that is how you identify any redox reaction. So if you see in this case, it is not an example of redox because the oxidation number is not changing for any element. In the other case also, these two reactions are basically reaction of precipitation reaction. Okay, in this case precipitate of this, and in this case precipitate of BaSO4 will form. It will, after the reaction, it will settle down. It will be found in the precipitation reaction. Something will be found out at the bottom. Either it will be found out at the bottom or it will be used from the bottom. Okay, so some solid will be at the bottom either before the reaction or after the reaction. Generally after the reaction, which we will see. So in this case, if you see, copper is 0, but here copper is +2. Here Ag is +1. Here it is Ag is 0. So this is the right answer. right? Only in this case, copper and Ag both are changing their oxidation number, right? For the next case, it's a very simple question. Someone is getting electron, someone is accepting the electron. So if someone is accepting the electron, it means its oxidation number will decrease. Its oxidation number will decrease. So that is an example of redox or reduction. Only reduction is taking place. So this is nothing but reduction half. Reduction half. That's it. So tell me if you are having any doubt for any question which I have discussed till now. Quickly, beta. And also tell me, was it beneficial or not? Quickly tell me, was it beneficial or not? Akshaya, you haven't registered any response till now. Muntazim, Tanusri, Varsan Sai, no doubt. So was it beneficial or not? Muhammad Irfan. So there are only two small topics, beta. There are only two. Yes, okay, thanks. There are only two small topics. Okay, iodometry and iodimetry. These are very small topic. We will cover those in next class. And all the doubts regarding this topic, we have already done with this topic. Nothing is remaining. Only hardness of water is remaining. So I will cover that hardness of water and modification of law of equivalence, right? And something related to iodometry. So these are some very 10, 15, 20 minutes will take, and then after that we will take doubts from your side in the next class, and then we will start a new chapter. Okay, so we will start a new chapter in the next class. Before that, we will understand few things. Is that okay, beta? Is that okay? Or you are having any doubt, you can tell me. Today it has taken a little bit more time. Okay, but it is actually, I have seen with my experience and with others' experience also, that the discussion of papers, it brings a positive change in students' understanding, right? So it is very necessary to discuss the paper. Please solve all the questions by yourself. Okay, please solve these questions by yourself, and if you are having any doubt, you can ask me, right? Okay, other guys, please respond. So in the next class we will finish this topic and we will start other. Okay, fine guys. So please tell me if you are having any doubt. Otherwise, I will be only 1 minute is remaining, so you can interact with me. You can discuss anything you want to say. How was paper, and what other things you want from our side? Tell me quickly. No doubts. Okay. Okay. Niharika, Muntazim, Irfan, Tharun, Varsan Sai, Aviram, to you are responding very well. Tanusri. Yes, okay. Okay, great. Nice. I am saying that NEET students are, this is what response from your side is. You guys are becoming a little bit of passive, right? You need to show more energy because you are lesser in number. You can directly interact with me. You guys are more sincere. This is what I have seen. So you guys start interacting. Don't remain shy. If you are not getting anything, you tell me that, sir, slow down. Please elaborate the calculation. We are facing some problem in calculating while doing the calculation in numericals. So you guys have to give the feedback. Accordingly, I have to change my pace, the way of teaching. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. I will meet you on Wednesday. Okay. Chalo, bye. Bye, guys.